Hey guys, this is a song by Neil Young. It is called The Needle and the Damage Done. Now this song was about Neil Young's friend. He died from a heroin overdose, and the song kind of talks about it, and it's kind of a depressing song, but it's a good song to play on the acoustic. So I'll get right into the guitar lesson. Alright, so the first thing you want to know is the rhythm of the song. So it's going to sound like... And when you're playing this, you want to play, when you play the song, you want to play the low notes down and the high notes up. And you want to let the strings ring out so that it sounds natural. You want to know that rhythm. And then when the vocals come in, you want to play it down, up, down, up, down, up. So you keep repeating that. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And this rhythm takes a bit of practice too. The first thing I want to share are the chords. Now these chords are chords that everyone should know. First is a D chord. The D chord is your middle finger and index finger on the second fret of the first and third strings, and your ring finger is going to be on the third fret of the second string. That's a D chord for you. You're also going to need to move your middle finger up to the third fret of the fifth string, and your index finger right here is going to move up move up a string, so it's going to end up on the fourth string. So play that fifth string and then play the high notes up. And then after that, you're going to move your index finger up another string, so it's now going to be on the fifth string, and you're going to be removing your middle finger. So move your index finger back a fret, so it's going to be on the first fret of that string. So we have a D chord, and then you're going to need to know a C chord. So your finger is going to go on the second fret of the fifth string, and on the fourth string your middle finger is going to go on the second fret, and on the second string it's going to be on the first fret. So it's going to be in frets 3, 2, 1. So just play that. And then after that, you want to go to an E major. This is going to be on the second fret with your index. Sorry, not your index. Your ring finger and your middle finger are going to be on the fourth and the fifth strings, and your index finger is going to go on the first fret of the third string. And you're going to also add in your pinky for a part of this. So the song starts off with a D chord. So keep in mind what I said before about you pick the low strings down, or the low notes down, and the high notes up. So that's what you're going to be using, and you're going to apply that to the D chord and all of this song. So with the D chord, you're going to start off with the fourth string open. You're going to pick that down, and then you're going to play the high E string how it is. So next you're going to be playing the fourth string open again, but after that you're going to play the first string open. So you're going to have your middle finger off of the first string. So here's what we have from the start. So I showed you from many angles of how it looks when you play it, so you get an idea. So you're going to play those notes. And and then you're going to be playing the 4th string open and then the second string. So from the start, you're going to play the 4th string open and the 2nd string again. And the rhythm I showed you, so you're going to be applying that to the song, so it gives it that rhythm. Next, you're going to be moving it to that the next formation that I showed you guys. So, this time you're going to be picking the 5th string down, and then the 2nd string, and then it's going to be the 4th string, and then the high E string, which is the 1st string. So that's kind of what it's going to sound like, but you're going to be playing 5-2-4-1, 5-2-4-1, and then you're going to go to the next formation, 5-2-4-1, 5-2-4-1, and the next formation, 5-2-4-1, 5-2-4-2. I think on that last part, when he goes like, instead of hitting that high E note, he just goes to the 2nd string again. So, and then, and you can also look at my other hand, the one that picks. Okay, so we got through that part. Alright, so your next chord is going to be a C chord, and it's going to sound like this. Also, you want to be careful because you don't want your fingers to be flat so that they accidentally hit the strings you're playing. So you want to keep them upright, not like down like this. Keep them up so that they flow. So as you saw, as I brought them down, I started to block the strings again. So you want to keep that in mind. Alright, so for every note you pick down, you're going to be picking all of these high notes up. So it's not just an individual high note, it's all of them. So, for an example, your first note of the C chord is going to be the 5th string. So you're going to play that, and then play the high notes up. And that starts us off with this little chord piece of the song. So after that, you're going to be removing your middle finger, and once you play the 4th string, you're going to be hammering your middle finger back on. So it's going to sound like this. So hopefully you're able to follow that. And then you're going to be playing the 3rd string open, how it is. Bring your middle finger back down a fret, back down a string on that same fret. So it's going to end up on the 3rd string, which you just hit before. So play that. Add in your pinky on that same string, but on the 3rd fret. Remove your pinky. Remove your middle finger. After you remove your middle finger from the 3rd string, you're going to be playing the 4th string open, and then add your pinky to the 3rd fret of the 4th string. So here's what it sounds like all together. Alright, so after the C chord, you're going to be playing the E major, and then you're going to be adding your pinky at first, and then after each string you pick down, you're going to be hitting the high E up. So here's how that works. You're going to be playing the third string, first string, fourth string, first string, so it's going to be 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. Remove your pinky, and then 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, and then after that, you're going to be playing the 5 open, so remove your middle finger, play the 5 open, and then play the first string again. So, it's going to sound like this. Remove your pinky. Stay in that string, but take your middle finger off. So, this is what it's going to sound like all together. Okay, so when the vocals come in, you want to go back to that D chord that I showed you earlier, and we're going to be playing the D, C, and E major in the same way, but we're going to strum the way I showed you before, the down, up, down, up. So we're going to apply that to these chords. So, starting with the D, I'll also move the guitar over so you can see this hand. Alright, so now you can see what this hand looks like. Okay, so that was the D. Alright, so now we're going to the C chord. And, we're not going to play this exactly the same like I showed you before. Instead, we're going to pick the 5th string, first string, and then we're going to lift our middle finger off, play the 4th string, hammer on. We're going to hold this shape, and then after we strum down and up, we're going to change our shape so that our middle finger and ring finger go down 1 string. So our middle finger and our ring finger are going to be on the 2nd and 3rd frets on the 3rd and 4th strings. Okay, so here I'll just play this so you know what you're going to play. Okay, so now let's move over to this hand. Alright, so as you noticed with the hammer on, it kind of messed up your picking pattern a bit. I don't know if Neil Young keeps his pattern the same, or if he just plays it how he played it before, and then after he moved the fingers down, he went back to that pattern. I don't know, but if you're wondering, just listen to the recording. I think the way I played it sounds natural, but you can mess around with it to match the song. So after that, we're going to the E major with the pinky, and then when we remove the pinky, there's a certain way that we play this with the vocals. So let's start off with the pinky, same picking pattern. Alright. Okay, so after you remove your pinky, you want to strum down all the strings once, and then strum up once. And then you're going to do this little transition here. So you're going to alternate between the 4th and 5th strings and the high E. So you're just going to start off by hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 5th, high E, Then you're going to go down a string to the 4th string, 2nd fret, and you're going to slide that up to the 4th, high E, and then slide it back down to the 2nd. And then that brings you back to that D chord. And keep in mind that on the non-vocal parts, he doesn't do this he doesn't do that little hammer-on and slide thing. So that's only on the vocal parts, which he does that at the end of. So so now that you've learned the chords and the strumming, you're going to want to know the song structure. So I'm just going to name each of those parts non-vocal and vocal. So he does a non-vocal, 2 vocals, a non-vocal, 2 vocals, and ending with a short little non-vocal, which goes something like this. Hopefully it's easy to follow. And then the audience claps. So that's pretty much the basis of the song, and that's all you need to know on acoustic. So hopefully you're able to follow this whole guitar lesson. I think it's probably going to be long, but if you have any questions, don't forget to ask me. I usually respond right away, and thanks for watching.